allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Do a roll call.
Yes,
Mick. Roll call.
I'll do it here. Supervisor Bossard,
Here.
Treasurer Kowalski,
Here.
Trustee Woods, here. Trustee Wright, here. Trustee Alba, absent.
Okay. Seeing there's no audience, we'll go by the audience comments. And at this time, I'd entertain a motion to move into closed session.
Okay. So there's a motion to enter. Do we need to read something on that?
I would just read that right there.
Yep. So Supervisor Bossard has moved that the Township Board convene into closed session under Section 8(1)H of the Open Meetings Act in order to consider litigation update by Township Insurance Attorney. Do we have a second?
Second.
We'll have to do roll call.
Yep, and we will do roll call vote. 1 second. Okay. And roll call vote. So Supervisor Bossard?
Yes.
Alba's absent. Treasurer Kowalski?
Yes.
Trustee Woods?
Yes.
Trustee Wright? Yes. The motion carries. So I will stop the recording. Stop recording. Yes.
I've met Dave.
Yeah.
So nice to
Nice to
meet
meet
you.
you.
Appreciate it. Nice to meet you again. You all have, Glenn tends to be my contact person or our contact person. But feel free.
I think in the past it was Jeff, and
It was Jeff.
I don't mind that. The reason I contacted you is because I just wanted to know more.
Well, and
About it.
so you defaulted to our
Contact.
person. So it's really up to you how you want to manage any of those communications. I mean, previously, it was sort of, if people had questions, Jeff would ask them. But, we're certainly not opposed to getting questions from each of you individually as they sort of pop up. But you all have to make that decision about, okay, do we want one spokesperson so
Right.
that every time someone picks up the phone or has a thought, we're not, point one.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Okay.
Great, thanks so much.
Have a good one. Yeah.
you.
Okay.
Do we have to do anything special to go out of closed session?
We just went out of it.
Yeah, we're now back on. We're live.
Okay.
Okay.
And so we have second order of business, I guess we put.
So I guess I would move that the Township Board convene in closed session under Section 8(1)H of the Open Meetings Act to consider material exempt from disclosure by state statute, Section 13(1)G of the Freedom of Information Act, being a letter from its attorney dated January 9th, 2026, for the reason that the letter is exempt from the disclosure under state law due to the attorney-client privilege.
I will support that.
Roll call vote, is that what we do?
Yep.
Yes, roll
Sorry.
call vote. When he gets done writing, I'll say let it.
Right. I'm gonna rewrite that later. But okay. So Alba is absent. Kowalski,
Yes.
Woods,
Yes.
Wright, yes. Bossard,
Yes.
okay. There are 4 yeses, so we will move now into closed session to talk about this. Secondly, stop recording.
there any other business that may be properly brought for the board? Does anybody have anything?
Nothing.
No business.
Well, and I emailed Glenn, I was gonna email each one of you guys separately about, got a hold of Seth because all this, I remember when the wind towers were coming in, Gene did a moratorium on them until we could get zoning. And so he's put together a resolution, we'll get it sent out to you guys so you can see it here. And then we can vote on it, and then we can take the planning commission, and you have like a year to put together, ordinances and stuff to protect us. If somebody was coming, they can't sue us if we put this on there, if they want to come and put a data center, if we pass a resolution on it. Then we can't be sued by a company that wanted to put a data center or a battery storage thing in here, so
This resolution is a moratorium.
that's a moratorium on it.
So just as we're, I guess, talking about this topic, I had some input from some people that are fighting the Saline data center, which I think we've read about, we read about these data centers all over the place. And she's a paralegal, and what she said is she's finding the best defense is that you don't put anything about data centers in your ordinances. In other words, and I have to go look at ours, but you have acceptable uses for zoning. If you just leave it out, she said that's probably one of your best defenses, because if it's not on the list.
Well, I'd like to talk to Seth or something about that, because I think if you don't have it in there, then they want to come in because you can't not let them come.
Well, if they're not on the accepted use list though.
But you have to be able to provide for everything. I mean, adult bookstores probably aren't something we want, but you have to provide a place for them, even if it's behind the largest industrial building in the township. You have to provide a site for them. So this way, from what I understand, if we do this, this keeps us from, we can't be sued by somebody that wants to come in, and plus it keeps it, and hopefully we can get ahead of something.
But if we have an ordinance, then all they have to do is meet that ordinance, right?
Yeah, but it can't be so restrictive that it can't, but we can put restrictions in there.
It makes them not necessarily
Right.
want to come,
Right.
yeah. And they're doing the same thing with solar, and I forget the name of it, but the approach is the state has their requirements. And if you get close to the state requirements, but tweak them a little bit, like bigger setbacks and things like that, that you can, the people will work with you locally rather than going to the state, because the guys up in Convis, as far as I'm concerned, I'd tell that company, no, go work with the state and see how you like working with the state. Because what are they going to lose? At the end of the day, it can't probably be any worse. And they might just walk away because it's too much of a hassle. And to be honest with you, I see this is a big problem, these BEST systems, because I did a lot of reading on this. They get 40% of their capital paid for on subsidies. 40% of their capital. So it's a lucrative business whether you need it or not. And the question is why do we need all these battery storage all of a sudden? Well, like I said in that meeting, solar by definition follows a load curve. You get up in the morning, you get your cup of coffee and you take your shower, and maybe in the summer your air conditioning starts to run a little bit more. And at the peak of the day, when the solar is making its most amount of energy, is when you're using the most amount of energy. So when would you store it? You're never going to store it, you're going to use it. So, but if I'm a businessman and I go, well, they're going to pay 40% of my capital investment, I get a premium for I don't care where I get, I'll get the power from here and give it to you, I make money on that. they're just gonna line up to do this, but yet for no known purpose. You know, it just doesn't make sense. I mean, on the broader scale, there's advantages in having storage, you know, for peak power. So like Ludington, right? They got this giant lake up on the hill that they put in the 70s. And so when they have extra power, they pump water up. And then during the day, when they really, you know, factories are running and air conditioners are running, then they run it back down through the turbines and they have extra power. So there are applications, but not, you know, not for things like solar. It just doesn't make sense, but.
It's not really an agenda item, but I just wanted to mention, we got a new zoning map, the planning commission, at the last meeting on the 6th.
It's a draft.
It's a draft, but it's really cool.
It's a-
and
Almost to that.
It's a very close draft.
It is the closest we have, and the cool thing is he's color coded it in a way for the 425s that show like, oh, this goes to the city after the 425 agreement, and this reverts back to township based off of that. But it is a really useful thing that was presented, and I thought that was really cool. So,
Okay.
just wanted to highlight that.
All right.
Okay.
Any audience comments? There's none. I guess, board member comments?
Nothing.
All right. I guess we're adjourned.